Now, there's a report that Cody Rhodes has signed a contract with WWE, which I think was inevitable. How would you debut him? Should he show up at WrestleMania or would you wait?
I'd have him show up at WrestleMania.
What would you have him do? Just show up or get involved or
I'd try to think out loud for Vince McMahon is impossible, but Cody's a really good talker. And I'd have him I'd have to go out there, just say what he thinks from the heart. And
so
it would
so
and he'd be very well received.
oh, no question.
His dad and his now, the fact that he's really, pulled his dad legacy, made the full circle back and back with WWE and, his dad being such a big star so many years. I think he walked out the door in Texas where his dad's from Austin and, just as, dressed up, which he's into the clothes, which I like. I'm a big fan of that. Just stands there and said, "Now I had to learn he did something really. I'd make him the hottest goddamn heel in the country."
You bring him in as
He,
a heel?
yes,
Now,
yep.
I've
You know,
often
actually, what I would do, actually, I would listen to what the crowd said when he walked out of me. That would be my opinion. I would say, Vince, I would say, walk out there, let her breathe for a minute and say what you think. That'll never be the case, but that's what I would let the crowd tell you what they think.
well, I have no idea if Cody should be.
Which is the way the business should be. I mean, to me, listen
Yes.
to the crowd. I used to tell guys all the time, I cannot tell you what I'm going to do out there until I hear the crowd. What do I want to start? I'll tell you when I get in the ring. I've had that argument 100 times. Let me hear what the crowd's doing. Then I'll tell you what we're going to do.
Well, I don't know if Cody should be babyface or heel. I kind of like the way you would approach it, but I think he's got to be pushed big because A, he's great, and B, a lot of people in AEW are going to be watching. And if Cody, gets pushed, and if he gets treated good, people who might want to come from AEW to WWE might take that into consideration.
Oh, I'm very confident the fact he's going to be pushed real hard, and I don't see that even being an issue. But once again, I think the determining factor of what they want to do with him would be to walk out in a state where his dad was born and raised, 60 miles from where, 80 miles from where, Dusty was, lived. Um, and I would just let the crowd tell me what's going on.
I've always wondered what the most value is when a wrestling promotion gets a new guy. Is it surprise value, which gets people talking, or do you build anticipation, which should make more people watch?
If they know he's coming, I would, first of all, Cody doesn't need vignettes, you know what I mean?
Right. They know who
Um,
he is.
they know who he is. And, but I have to think, in my mind, I don't think Cody left in a bad way. So it wasn't like he was getting beat by everybody before he left. If he was, I don't remember, and I watch all the time. So I think he just decided he wanted to try something else, and he was successful at it. And, Vince rewards success. He never said anything bad about the WWE. I don't remember that I know. They may have had some trademark argument issues, but that's life. You know what I mean? But I think Cody will perform at a high level. He's young. He looks great. And I just think, once again, I would let the crowd dictate what he's going to be and how he's going to do it. Because this is a kid that's got a whole new roster of people to wrestle.
Yeah, I think it's going to be terrific. And Nate, what about that neck tattoo he has? I think you should have got a neck tattoo back in the day.
Maybe I will tomorrow.
I think it'd be awesome.
What,
Although
what does it say?
maybe Tom Brady, number 12,
Oh,
TB12. Although, like we've always said, Nate, you don't put a bumper sticker on a Bentley.
wow, I know.
Now, how long are Brock and Roman going to go? What should they do? They don't usually work short matches per se, but I think they can go long if it's requested of them.
They both can. They're both in excellent condition.
Well, what would you do though? How would you book it?
But like I said last week, I make sure they have at least 30 minutes.
I think they could do a real good 30-minute match. I think there'd be a lot of, bells and whistles. I think Heyman gets involved. I think stuff like that, the Usos, but I think 30 minutes sounds about right.
Yeah, I hope. I mean, I just think both main events should have at least 30 minutes.
Oh,
30 minutes of wrestling, not included. We talked about this last week, not
right.
including the injuries.
My God, I'd give Ronda and Charlotte 45.
Yeah, why not?
I think it'd be great. Nate, what's the preparation process like for a big match, like a main event at WrestleMania or when you wrestled Starrcade? Who has input? How much is laid out? How much is even rehearsed?
Oh gosh, they're going to be they go in probably on they go in right after Raw, and they probably are there. I would say 5 days of preparation.
And how much is rehearsed in the ring?
A lot, but it's not so much the match is. But I mean, everything's rehearsed, but it's one of those things that has to be flawless, and that is from the camera work to the announce table and the performers. I mean, it's the biggest deal. And to me, I enjoy it more than I do. I love the Super Bowl. I know it's great, but because I'm a wrestler, I love WrestleMania. It's huge.